how men's lives are so much easier. So I'm here to give you a men's perspective on things, so hopefully you will go home and feel better about seeing the advantages of being a woman. Now, first of all, I want to talk about when you're going out, like going nights out, you know. For most of us, our preference would be to go out with a group of people, mixed gender, you know, the night seems to flow better that way. But, you know, girls don't need guys to go out. Girls can just gather together, go out and have the time of their lives. But it's not quite the same with guys. You know, guys gather together, they go out, they'll be out for about an hour or so, they'll be drinking. About an hour later, everyone will start to admit to themselves that it's a bit of a cockfest, really. And things are generally a bit disappointing. They'll be looking at the dance floor, all the girls are dancing there. And generally, we would rather be on the dance floor dancing with the girls. Because guys can't dance together. It just doesn't work, really. Like, in the two guys especially, there's nothing more awkward, you know. If guys are dancing on the dance floor, they have three solutions, right? Solution one is awkward sidestep, looking around, pretending this isn't really happening. Option number two is jumping around each other, jumping up and down until you get really excited and then you stop for a while. And then solution number three is what most of us do, is we just decide that this isn't really working and we go by the bar and drown our sorrows. But girls, they'll be on the other side of the dance floor and they'll be having the time of their lives, right? Because they can dance together, physically. They can dance together how us guys want to dance with them. They can do it with each other, they don't need us, you know, they'll be winding and grinding. You can tell I don't dance, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then, without a moment's hesitation whatsoever, one of the girls will think, I'm going to grab that boob right there. That's it. That's all they have to do. That's how they score. You know, guys spend their entire lives trying to score, even just trying to grab a boob. And girls can just do it like that. Because, you know, girls don't set each other any boundaries. You know, obviously some girls will feel more comfortable doing things with each other than others. But it's not the same with guys. You know, if I'm ever lucky enough to be dancing with a girl, I have to think, I have to guess what boundaries she's just set me. Because they don't tell you, you have to guess them. Because, you know, if you overstep a boundary that they set you, then they start to feel like a slut, and, you know, they don't like you anymore. So I'm here dancing with a girl, and I think, that's a really nice boob. Look, grab that boob. Grab that boob. Will she let me grab that boob? By the time I've decided she thinks I'm a weirdo for waving in my face. The other advantage on nights out is approaching people. You know, usually we approach someone that we're attracted to on nights out. It's just the way it works. But girls are never expected to do the approaching. I don't think girls appreciate how hard it is to just approach someone that you've never met in your entire life and chat them up. You know, someone wise once told me that girls judge you on everything, even the walk toward them. So I try and think of something where, you know, it gives me a good rhythm as I'm walking. So I think of a good song, something like, hey, you can sing out by the way, you was going to walk. That little movement right there, let's just let it know that my hips don't lie, right there. Once I eventually got to the girl, I was a bit drunk, and I tried to think of a cheesy chat line on the spot, which sounded like a good idea. So I said to her, I saw you waiting at the bus stop earlier. Was you waiting for me? She went, no, I was waiting for the 121. So I said, how about I bring you the 69? How about I give you the finger? Now when I'm drunk, I don't seem to get the go-away hint, so I said I thought I meant to give you the finger. Oh, I didn't want to know what I'm talking about. The other thing that I think girls have advantage over is they get to decide when things happen, you know. So they'll decide when things happen, when you go certain places, when you meet certain people. They're always the ones that get to decide things. So I remember once I had a girlfriend when I just turned 16. And she was still 15, she had 10 months to turn 16 yet. And she was what you would call a law-abiding citizen, you know, she would very rarely go out and break the law, which is odd for someone that age, but that's the way she was brought up, which was fair enough. But she used to make me wait to have sex with her, and she'd make me, seduce me into waiting. She would say things to me like, if you wait for 10 months, TJ, we won't just have sex, we can film it, and then you can show me what you liked, and then I can do that the next time we have sex. So obviously, I waited, and that's exactly what happened. 10 months later, we had sex, so we filmed it. It was very romantic. But it still got to me that she got to decide on all these things. So I got a little bit of my own back, because soon after she said to me, so how about we watch that film, TJ? And I said, sorry, you have to be 18 to watch porn. But even when she did turn 18, I still didn't want to show her the tape, because I didn't really want her to see me texting when she was giving me head. Because, the thing was I had it on vibrate, so every time I got a text, she thought I jizzed. It's like, again? I'm impressed. She said she was impressed, and I got it all on tape. Just look at my shopping list there. The other thing though is, after a period of time, I stopped trusting girls. The amount of times I went out with girls and I see them driving off with another guy, and they all tell me I'm being stupid. They all tell me I'm being ridiculous, even though I see them with my very own eyes driving off with another man. But then again, I never did like taxi drivers. But girls are also more accepted to do more manly things than men are compared to women. So, a guy that came out one day and said, I want to be a ballerina. It's not really going to work with friends, get taunted for it and things like that. Whereas with girls are more accepted to do manly things like sports and things like that. Some guys are actually attracted to girls that do sports and things like that. And, I remember one day I was at home on campus, and my housemate Eddie was with some room. That's not very strange. My housemate Eddie was in the room upstairs, and I heard him screaming. What the hell's going on? I ran up there, and I thought, like, what? And there I saw it. 4 girls, by themselves, playing Call of Duty on the PS3. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I swear, when they asked me to join them in an online team deathmatch, I almost got a boner. I do sometimes thinking about it. I don't think she's ever going to want me in a room again, but you can't stop me dreaming. Another thing that I think is shopping. I feel very emasculating when I'm carrying around shopping bags, my River Island bags, my Asda bags. Girls can carry 10, 20 bags, it doesn't matter, but I'm carrying my shopping bags, I try and man it up a bit, I'll be like walking through my shopping down the street as I'm mopping. It doesn't work. It just doesn't look right, So if you're walking down the street with shopping bags, so that's made me resort to shopping online now, so people don't see me, and it's a lot easier that way. You often find things easier on the internet. Like I find it's getting harder and harder to find prostitutes in the streets these days. It's so much easier online, but the thing about marrying a prostitute online is they never look like that fucking picture. That Pamela Anderson look more like who Kevin with a wig. It's never right. But the other thing is sexism, right? Now, guys are stereotyped to be more sexist than women, right? I don't think that's right at all, right? There's an entire institution that discriminates against men, and no one blinks an eyelid. That's car insurance, right? Women get cheaper car insurance just for being women. If that's not discrimination, I don't know what is. But that advert that pisses me off most is Shein is women. For God's sake, fuck off. These girls prancing around about how women get cheaper car insurance, The only thing guys have is McCoy's crisps and Yorkie's chocolates, alright? Girls can still eat them. We can't stop them from doing that. So if I was a woman and I was directing Sheena's Wheels, I'd really want to rub it in, I'd have the girls singing something like, munching on some manly crisps, rubbing Yorkies on my lips. Something like that, really rub it in their face if you're going to do it, But the only way, I think different way guys can get their own back a little bit is by having a man vending machine where it only has Yorkies and McCoy's crisps. And it repels any feminine hands, but then again, if they did make these vending machines, men would probably have to stop using hand cream for it and sleep over there. There's nothing wrong with wanting silky smooth skin, okay? Advertising is become such a powerful thing nowadays as well, compare the market.com advert, that fucking Meerkat is making them more money than their actual insurance. There's a Meerkat website, you go on there and there's a Meerkat city. You go through the city and you meet no more Meerkats, and you can buy things from the Meerkat shops. There's Meerkat figures and statues. There's even, I swear to Allah, there's even a Meerkat book called A Simple Life by Alexander Arnold. I swear on my life, you can Google it. It is on sale right now. I just think it's got so ridiculous. Everyone loves that fucking Meerkat. It's got as big as the Crazy Frogs. Everyone remember the Crazy Frogs? Yeah, exactly, yeah. But can you imagine, like, an advert, Meerkat thinks Crazy Frog? It'll be like I can't do the impression very well, but it'll be something like hello, I'm Alexander Orlov. Compare the Meerkat.com. Pleased to meet you. Ring ding ding ding. I know I know someone that can get you cheaper deal on your motor insurance. Kit Kat. Let's get rid of David Cameron and Nick Clegg. Let's make him president. Everyone would love us. Imagine how our relationship would grow with Russia. And if any fuckers intimidate us, you could just intimidate them back by saying, you know, if I was you, I'd have a cheap deal with your life insurance. But before I go tonight, there's something I just want to read you guys. You know, often you read things and you can just sense the subtle hints of sexism. Obviously, they can't be too clear about it because then they get fired for it and things like that. So sometimes you read things and you can just sense the subtle hints of sexism. And I'm just going to read you something and see if you can guess whether a man or a woman wrote this. And this is generally something I found on the internet when I searched, are women better drivers than men? Are women better drivers than men? Well, it's hard to say they are better, although they are statistically safer. Women have just as many accidents as men. However, they tend to be minor pranks. Men, on the other hand, tend to do their job properly. Subtle hint of sexism. You've got to love the banter between men and women. But I don't want any women tonight, or whenever, if you're ever looking in the mirror and you think to yourself, you know, if I was a man, I wouldn't have to worry about my hair. If I was a man, I wouldn't have to worry about my makeup. Just remember,